Live from TD Garden, the UMass Hockey Preview Show here in Boston. Welcome in, everyone. Ruggiero, Jacob Repper, good friend Zeke Altman helping us out on the technical side of things. But we're ready to go here, Jacob. Sorry for the delay, everyone, but we got our setup here. And, Jacob, it's great to be here in Boston.
It's great to be here. Been a long day. We got the tech on our side for once. And, John, I'm excited for tonight. Hopefully for the Minutemen, things go right. We're back here again tomorrow night. Maybe we're doing another one of these, but right now our focus is on this show, and it's a different setting and a beautiful one, my first time.
It sure is. Your first time at TD Garden.
That's right.
Initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts, not loving the press box, I'll tell you that much. I wish we had a little bit more space, but no, all kidding aside, it's pretty big, it's grand, and hopefully we see some really good hockey being played.
We sure should. It's UMass versus Merrimack in the semifinal. Should be a good one, but we're going to backtrack before we preview tonight's matchup to UMass versus Northeastern just last weekend. Let's take a look at the highlights there. It all starts in the first period with Larry Keenan. A shot from the point. Gets one to go, not even 4 minutes in, and UMass was off and running, Jacob.
Yeah, they certainly were. A good start for them. When they strike first, they do really well, but give Northeastern credit. Griffin Erdman right in front of Michael Rabble split his legs right through. That made it 1-1. A good job from Northeastern, but the Minutemen, they came back out on top.
Right there with Jack Musa. Got a blocked shot in front of him, but got the puck back and shot it past Lawton Zacher. Took the lead for the Minutemen late in the second.
And then how about Jack Musa here? He's going to steal the puck out in front, feed it to Nestrasil, and then Nestrasil scores. What a performance. That was Jack Musa's 100th point in college hockey as a Minuteman. And for Nestrasil, he hit the 30-point mark. A nice mark for him.
And then Jacob, just with 30 seconds to go, Cam O'Neill skates down the ice and ices it. The Minutemen win 4-1. Final game at Mullins for the season, and it certainly was jumping, Jacob.
It was a great game, John. I mean, it was great to call it, and Coach Carville talked after the game about how Jack Musa has meant so much to the program. Probably his final game in the Mullins Center there, and he dominated. He also said that Michael Rabble, he wasn't fantastic, but he still was enough for the Minutemen to get the win, and I think that's going to be another key for tonight's matchup.
You mentioned how Jack Musa dominated against Northeastern. Let's take a look at the numbers here for the Jack Attack. He's got 3 points against Northeastern. We mentioned his 100th career point. And Jacob, he seems to be stepping up at the right time for UMass.
That's for sure. This is a guy in his third season, encroaching upon 100 games played for the Minutemen. He's a veteran. He's a leader. He's been in this rink before, John, which we'll probably talk about in a little bit. Expect him to be a big reason why, if the Minutemen come out with a victory, it's going to be because of number 9.
He's up to 36 points on the season. And, yeah, that top line with Musa, Nestrasil, and Jack Galenic tonight should be something to watch. We'll keep you updated on that. But continuing on through here, there's something we have to really highlight, and that's the big man in the back, Michael Rabble, just named the Hockey East Player of the Year, Goaltender of the Year as well. I mean, that just goes to show how great he's been this season.
The accolades are just pouring in for Michael Rabble. You got to wonder what his shelf looks like at his home, probably racked up with trophies and medals, and now he takes some more hardware home in the goaltender and player of the year. What a year it's been for Michael Rabble. I went back last night. I was doing some digging on the numbers in the first half of the season, John. Sub-900 save percentage, right around 3 goals against average at the end of December. And just to see the turnaround that he's had, Big Mike, another guy, John, also probably may not put on a Minutemen sweater yet again at the end of this season.
Yeah, my money's on that, unfortunately, for Greg Carville and the Minutemen for next year. But, of course, a couple more games remaining. But up until this point, Michael Rabble, a sub-2 goals against average and a .936 save percentage. He has won, like we said, Hockey East Player of the Year, Goaltender of the Year, but he should probably win the Richter as well.
He probably should, and you could even throw Hobie Baker in there as well. We saw Owen Murray give him a big shout-out a few weeks ago, but he's in the top 3 for the Richter Award, and he's probably going to come away with it. Trey Augustine over at Michigan State, he's another good goaltender as well. That's going to be a good matchup. 2 kind of different seasons from those guys, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Could see Michigan State this time next weekend. Never know. But, of course, UMass has a battle in front of them this evening against the Merrimack Warriors. And we're going to take a look at their last game because guess what? They upset the best team in Hockey East in Providence.
That's right. Providence is the team, the only team in the NPI rankings in the top 20, and they started off out in front for Providence, just streaking in. That makes it 1-0, but Merrimack, they didn't hide. They came back and they answered.
Yeah, they sure did, with a chance here by King, and he puts it in the back of the net from the top of the point there. And like you said, Jacob, these Warriors, they just wouldn't go away.
No, they wouldn't. They just kept coming, and they came in the form of Flamand, out in front. He scored. No Svedback as well in this game. Is that right, John?
Yeah, that's Jack Parsons. Svedback dealing with some injury issues, and Parsons lets up a poor one there. But luckily for the Friars, with only 3:16 to go, John Mustard with a bit of a lucky tip in front, ties it, and it goes to overtime.
That it does, John. Trevor Hoskin, he's going to win it for the Merrimack Warriors. Overtime, we're going to slow things down here. You got to watch this one. Watch the whole screen. Hoskin comes in on that far side, shoots, and scores. Merrimack with an incredible upset to beat Providence.
How about Hoskin, Jacob? And I got to take a look at his numbers here. Up to 34 points on the season. Dealt with some injury issues in February, but guess what? He has 11 points in his last 6 games played. Definitely a Warrior to watch out for tonight.
That's for sure, and there's a lot of Warriors to watch out for, John, because you look at that top line. He's got a couple really good playmakers around him. That's one of the best lines, in my opinion, in Hockey East. Those guys, UMass, they're going to have to watch out for him. It's a young team. I don't know if we want to fully dive into that just yet, John, but they're a young team. They're hungry right now, and their head coach, for the first time ever in program history, bringing another team back to TD Garden for the second time.
Yeah, and you mentioned the young team, Jacob, and it's highlighted by Parker Lalonde and Justin Gill at the top of the forward group for the Warriors. Gill coming in 35 points, Lalonde also with 35. So, I mean, let's just look at the overall stats this season for the Warriors. We mentioned that they beat Providence in overtime, but they actually have a losing record in Hockey East, and it's surprising for a team that doesn't look that bad.
That's for sure. It just goes to show how difficult the Hockey East Conference is, and similar to the Minutemen, they really struggled. Halfway through the season, that's when things started going. Right around the end of December, they picked up a handful of wins and went on a run that was almost similar to the Minutemen. We saw the Providence beat. That was huge. That's also huge just for confidence and momentum, and you mentioned Justin Gill as well, and I guess I used the word young players on the team, maybe too loosely. The two forwards that you mentioned there, 22 and 23 years old, so some overagers there for the Merrimack Warriors.
Yeah, Justin Gill reminds me of Justin Kerr in that sense. Kerr is 22 years old, also a freshman, and that goes to show how that age really helps, especially as what should be considered as a younger person in college hockey. But if you come in at 22, 23 years old, I mean, you've got to kind of figure it out already.
Yeah, that's for sure, and I feel like Merrimack, they've done a good job at really playing to their strengths in that regard. They bring in a lot of older guys, a lot of transfers, which we'll talk about throughout this broadcast. They're not afraid to say, hey, if you need a home, if you want to solidify yourself as a good player, an older player, maybe you're going to get ice time, and that we've seen out of a lot of the Warriors.
Yeah, we sure have, Jacob, and again, it should be a great matchup tonight. Merrimack coming in with 19 wins on the season, a big upset over the Friars. Can you give me 2 players to watch tonight?
1 for 1, or you want 2 for 2?
1 for 1.
All right, 1 for 1. It's got to be Michael Rabble. We'll start it off. He's been sensational. We read the numbers there. I really can't stress enough how important he's going to be for a big run. I talked to Chris Vogel last night, former WMUA alum. He was telling me that if UMass is going to go far, he thinks he can go to the Frozen Four if Rabble just keeps playing it well. Then Lalonde, the centerman, he's a guy that he relies so much on his wing play, but he can also really just spruce up the play himself. He's a talented forward. He passes the puck really well. I just mentioned that top line for you. Got a handful of really good wingers I'm excited for tonight.
It should be a good one at 4 o'clock, UMass versus the Merrimack Warriors right here from TD Garden. If you're interested in continuing to follow the coverage by myself and Jacob, we'll head over to our WMUA sports stream on YouTube. Jacob on play-by-play, myself on color. Ava Fernandez will be our ringside reporter. And, yeah, Jacob, any last thoughts?
I really don't, John. It's been a crazy day already. Hopefully it ends in another crazy win for the Minutemen because they've done a really good job at winning. They're an experienced team. Even though they're young, they have guys that have been here before. We mentioned Musa. Rabble is going to be great if they want to win. And Coach Carville as well. Don't forget about that. A veteran head coach, a guy that probably should have won Hockey East Coach of the Year. Got snubbed by, maybe not snubbed, but beat out by Nate Lehman over there in Providence. I'm excited for it tonight.
Should be a good one. Once again, 4 o'clock on WMUA. Hopefully we'll see you right here again tomorrow. Should be a 7 o'clock matchup, potentially against Boston College or UConn. But once again, UMass has the Warriors to get through tonight, and you can't assume they will get through them. They've already upsetted the best team in Hockey East. So for myself, Charlie, you're alongside Jacob Repper, and for my good friend Zeke Altman, our director, saying so long from TD Garden. But stick with us through the couple next hours. UMass versus Merrimack coming up very soon.